Right, here we go. Thanks for your patience. There's a world I must see, horizons I have not explored, where things are not all that they seem, and courage is its own reward, where a man can foresee a time when he can finally say, I am more than my father could be, the master of all I survey. Oh, to be truly alive, I need to sail where the strongest survive. I'll find my way through the wind and the spray to a life I've never known, a destiny that I can call my own. I will not be forced into a life my father's mapped out for me. I don't need anyone to tell me what they think I should be. They will see that to be truly alive, I need to sail where the strongest survive. I'll find my way through the wind and the spray to a life I call my own. It's up to me to decide what I need to be truly alive. Yay! Welcome everyone, thank you for coming. This is my virtual concert as part of the Central Florida Community Arts Virtual Concert Series. Thank you to Jim and Barbara Caldwell for sponsoring this series, and to Joshua Vickery for inviting me to be a part of it. This is my first participation with CFCArts as a performer. I've written a lot about them. I'm in grad school right now for arts management, and I've done a lot of papers on them, and I'm really impressed by all the work that they're doing and providing concerts like these for you. This concert series is dedicated to the healthcare personnel and COVID-19 first responders. There's links in the description. If I did it right, I did it so fast just now, so you can see how to contribute. That first song was called Truly Alive from a Broadway show called Amazing Grace. This next song is about a really special teacher. I want you to think right now about a special teacher in your life, not necessarily the best teacher academically, but a teacher that stood up for you, or a teacher that had your back, and someone that you could trust. I think teachers do a lot more than just be an educational resource for kids, and so this is for your special teachers, and for the teachers that are watching, because I see a few of them. Oh. See if you could follow along with the story. It goes really fast, but it's a really nice story. The Beginning, a story about Alvin Kelby. My mom passed away in the summer I turned 6 and left a single father and his son. But Dad had the bookstore with a leaky roof to fix, so I was on my own, facing the unknown, the terrifying prospect of grade 1. But at the time, how was I to see a kind and gentle soul was waiting there for me? Mrs. Remington, our first grade teacher, made elementary school a better place, but her single most disturbing feature was the coarse black hair on her face. Maybe she was menopausal. Lack of estrogen will cause a lot of odd conditions, some acute. The irony would never faze her, namesake of a famous razor, and to be so facially hirsute. But Mrs. Remington smiled, and she would brighten my day. Back then, a teacher hugged you to make you feel okay, though my face sorta stung from Mrs. Remington's beard. When she held me, my problems disappeared. Oh, Mrs. Lynch was an ignoramus. Mr. Pollock was just plain mean. Mrs. Remington was nearly famous for her parties at Halloween. Pumpkin heads of every shape were cut out of construction paper. Each and every one would be displayed. The highlight for the children was to make a really special costume for the yearly Halloween parade. Mrs. Remington smiled, and she was clearly content as she lovingly presided over this, the main event. So we'd nervously walk past her critical eyes, and we'd vie for Mrs. Remington's top prize. There was this one kid wearing cardboard wings, a coat hanger halo, carrying a bell, and a homemade book that said Tom Sawyer. Nobody had a clue who he was supposed to be, except me. Mrs. Remington, I know. Pamela Koshin thought he was the Statue of Liberty. Mrs. Remington, I know. Donnie Carter thought he was a Thanksgiving turkey. Mrs. Remington, I know. He's Clarence, the angel from It's a Wonderful Life. He was my mother's favorite. The class laughed. I cried, but Mrs. Remington announced that I was next. But Mrs. Remington smiled in that way that she had. A smile that made you realize things were not so bad. And I knew from her face that this feeling would pass. So I went to take my turn before the class. Those poor kids were still trying to figure out who the heck Clarence was when I shuffled onto the platform, in fuzzy slippers, a bathrobe, and pink sponge curlers in my hair. Alvin Kelby, Mrs. Remington said, "What are you supposed to be?" "I'm a ghost. The ghost of my mother." Lunch that day was awful lonely, sitting by myself and only wearing fuzzy slippers and chenille. While all the kids were making fun, in came Mrs. Remington with Clarence dragging slowly on her heel. "Clarence," she said, "I would like you to meet Mrs. Kelby. She's a big fan of yours." And Mrs. Remington smiled, 'cause Mrs. Remington knew that the battlefield of childhood was easier with two. Mrs. Remington watched as the angels do, and on Halloween that year she saw two masks disappear when my mother met her angel and I met you. Oh, that was a favorite that I did in college. For the big performance in college, I forgot the words junior year, because there's so many words, but I got them just then. And I got it in my senior recital. Okay. Wow, this is so fun. Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching. This next song is a medley of Disney songs. I've had a lot of fun putting this together. And I took some tracks and made it my own. It starts off with some songs from the best role I've ever played, my favorite role I've ever played, Bert in Mary Poppins. And it goes on to some others that I've always wanted to do. And you're gonna hear some other voices on this track. You're gonna hear my friend Jessica Lorian, who was my Mary Poppins when I did it. You're gonna hear her as Mary Poppins. And my friend Courtney Brady, who I sang with in the USO, we're gonna sing a duet at the end of this. Thanks for recording your tracks from home and sending them here. to share with Central Florida Community Arts. All right, here we go. All that it takes is a spark, and then something plain as a park becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look anew, and you'll understand why it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light.
Oh, really?
When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright.
You do talk nonsense,
Our
Bert.
happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the doves.
I haven't the faintest idea.
When
what-
Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
You've got enough brass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Best view in the world, eh? Up where the smoke is all billowed and curled, between pavement and stars is a chimney sweeps world, where there's hardly no day, hardly no night. There's things off in shadows and off ways in light. On the rooftops of London, ooh, what a sight. Now, as the ladder of life has been strung, you might think a sweep song the bottommost rung. Though I spends me time in the ashes and smoke, in this wide world, there's no happier bloke. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Good luck will rub off when I shake hands with you, or blow me a kiss. Riff-raff, street rat, I don't buy that. If only they'd look closer, would they see a poor boy? No, siree, they find out there's so much more to me. No beauty could move me, no passion could reach me, no power on earth if I can't love her. No passion could reach me, no lesson could teach me how I could have loved her and make her love me too. If I can't love her, then who? I can sense her laughter in the ripple of the waves against the shoreline. I can see her smile in the moonlight as it settles on the sand. I can feel her waiting just beyond the pale horizon, singing out a melody too lovely to withstand. And her voice sits there and hour we spent together lives within my heart. And when she was sad, I was there to dry her tears. And when she was happy, so was I. When she loved me, and at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted, and at last I see the light.
It's like the sky is blue,
And it's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything is different now that I see you. Now that I see you. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for all these comments. As I'm singing, I can see them scroll through, and this is really cool. I was so excited today felt like a show day, like I've been working hard for something, and I don't know, felt good. We're getting back to before. All right, thank you, Jessica and Courtney, for being a part of that. That was fun to sing with you guys. All right, next up we have another collaboration. This one is with my friend Laura Stracco. Laura and I did 4 shows together in New Hampshire at the Palace Theater. And Laura recently made her Broadway debut in Diana the Musical. So proud of you, Laura. And thanks for saying yes to be a part of this. So Central Florida Community Arts, you're about to get a Broadway performance in Laura Stracco, and I get to sing with the Broadway star. This is from Parade. Let's hope I get the words right. I'm gonna make it a little louder. All right. Oh, my sweet Lucille, how did you ever manage it? It means cancel all your parties. Forget your big parade. It means the crowds will not be cheering. So despite what you've been hearing, you can lay down your spade. It means my mother can stop crying. My rabbi's eulogy can wait. It means that Dorsey can stop beaming, and my cousin can stop dreaming of his portion of my estate. It means no, this isn't over. No, the date's not set. No, I won't wake up tomorrow drowning in my sweat. It means I've got the greatest partner any man can get. It means I'll never, ever, ever underestimate that woman, 'cause this is not over yet. Tell my uncle not to worry. Tell the reaper not to hurry. Make the hangman stop his drumming, 'cause I'm coming into town to win the day. Somehow I haven't, with my scheming, screwed things up beyond redeeming, and we're finally on our way. And no, this isn't over. Hell, it's just begun. Hail the resurrection of the South's least favorite son. It means I took a vow for better. 2 is better than 1. It means the journey ahead may get shorter. I might reach the end of my rope, but suddenly loud as a mortar, there is hope. Finally, hope. And no, this isn't over. than I can do, and I will never have believed it. The things I see in you. It means a man who isn't guilty doesn't have to walk the plank. It means the gallows still are vacant, and I've got my wife to thank. It means you shouldn't underestimate Lucille and Leo Frank, 'cause this is not over yet. Thank you, Laura. Ugh. I learned that song just for this performance. A lot of these are songs that I've always wanted to sing. That song, I don't know if I ever had the balls to sing. Yeah, I usually go to ballads, like pretty ballads, and that's more of a driving acting song, and so I'm proud of myself for conquering that. Okay, next up, I think this song is kind of like a quarantine anthem. I think it's appropriate because it speaks to the tough times that people are going through as far as quarantine goes. To everyone out there who has, you lost your job, you lost your income, you're still paying rent. We are going through a pandemic, and it is okay that you are having rough days. The beginning of this, or the middle of the pandemic, I was struggling a bit. And I'm, for those of you that are alone, going through this alone, this is tough, and it's not every day is going to be great, and that is okay, and it's important for that to be acknowledged, and I like when that's acknowledged on my end. So I think this song does a good job of addressing that, but also showing you that there is hope, and that you're not alone going through it. Spend all your time waiting for that second chance, for a break that would make it okay. There's always some reason to feel not good enough, and it's hard at the end of the day. I need some distraction. Beautiful release. Memories seep from my veins. Let me be empty, and weightless, and maybe I'll find some peace tonight in the arms of the angel. Fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. You're in the arms of the angel. May you find some comfort here. Thanks, everyone. Your comments are so nice. We're almost done. All right, this next song I sang with in the USO Show Troupe. The USO Show Troupe is a group based out of New York City. We go to military bases and sing for troops and their families. I did that for 4 years. This song talks about what it means to be an American soldier in the literal sense. As I've been practicing, I decided a long time a couple weeks ago that I wanted to do this one. And each day that I've been practicing with context of current events, the songs have different meanings, which I think is the beauty of our art form, that it helps you get through certain times and it's relevant in different ways. So I'd like to take this time. The white people that are watching, my white friends and white family, Black lives matter, and we need to do better, myself included. I think it starts with listening more and not feeling the need to push back or dismiss somebody's pain, because that struggle is not ours, and that is literally our privilege. So, as I sing this, and that's not to condemn anyone, that's just to say that we have to try. And you're not going to be perfect at it. Especially, you're not going to be perfect on the first try. I've tried to plan what I was going to say here, and I've come up like so many different ways, but the important part is that you're trying to do better. And you can do that. You can try. Yeah. So in this song, think about how you can better stand up for what's right. I'm just trying to be a father, raise a daughter and a son, be a lover to their mother, everything to everyone, up and at 'em bright and early, I'm all business in my suit. Yeah, I'm dressed up for success, from my head down to my boots. I don't do it for the money, there's bills that I can't pay. I don't do it for the glory, I just do it anyway. Providing for our future is my responsibility. Yeah, I'm real good under pressure, being all that I can be. I can't call in sick on Mondays when the weekend's been too strong. I just work straight through the holidays, sometimes all night long. You can bet that I stand ready when the wolf growls at the door. Hey, I'm solid, hey, I'm steady, hey, I'm true down to the core, and I will always do my duty, no matter what the price. I've counted up the cost, I know the sacrifice. Oh, and I don't want to die for you, but if dying's asked of me, I'll bear that cross with honor, 'cause freedom don't come free. I'm an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly make a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front lines, so sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I am an American soldier. Yeah, I am an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly make a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front lines, so sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I am an American. An American. We got one more. Thank you all for sticking around. This last song is a baseball medley. This first song is from a musical called Meet John Doe, and it talks about when you're really missing something, how good it might feel when you finally get it back. Talk about that for being relevant. And this song was the song that I used to audition with for the Voices of Liberty. This exact cut of it. And it's going to transition into the big finale. Thank you all for sticking around. In the description, there's links to how you can contribute, and not all of them are financial. You can send a thank you note to healthcare personnel, and that's completely free. All right, here we go, I think. Let me get another water. This is a lot of singing. Here we go. Ooh, that's loud. I can feel that baseball, every stitch along the seam. Every pitch made sense, 'cause it was for the team. Then you're out of baseball, and it's all out of whack. Oh man, I'm really coming back to where the peanut guys are barking and the kids are swiping jaw, and the infield sweating beer and double plays. I am telling ya, ain't it just like baseball? When you swear your game is through, you come back to perfect. Charge! You gotta have heart. All you really need is heart. When the odds are saying you'll never win, that's when the grin should start. You gotta have hope. Mustn't sit around and mope. Nothing's half as bad as it may appear. Just wait till next year and hope. When your luck is batting zero, get your chin up off the floor. Mister, you can be a hero. You can open any door. There's nothing to it, but to do it, you gotta have heart. Miles and miles and miles and miles and miles of heart. Oh, it's fine to be a genius, of course, but keep that old horse before the cart. First, you gotta have heart.
Oh boy. Yikes.
Oh, hey guys.
We did our best, I guess. Hey, whatever. Woo! A great slugger we haven't got.
Oh, a great pitcher we haven't got.
A great ball club we haven't got. What do we got?
We've got heart. Miles and miles and miles of heart. Oh, it's fine to be a genius, of course, but keep that old horse before the cart.
So what the heck's the use of crying?
Why should we curse?
We gotta get better.
'Cause we can't get worse.
And do I do it?
We've got heart. We've got heart. We've got heart. Yay! That's all. Thank you all for sticking around. Thank you, Central Florida Community Arts, Joshua Vickery, and Jim and Barbara Caldwell. And thank you to the 3 girls who sent in stuff to be a part of this. Thank you all for watching. Good night!